If you are doing your money laundering job properly, forget the money laundering bit. If we're doing our job properly, then that should answer the majority of the rest of the financial crimes mentioned on this list. But money laundering is essentially the process of putting bad money through a good deal, a point I shall be making in a few moments. The converse process is mortgage fraud, which is the reverse process. It's putting good money into a bad deal. But whichever way round you look at it, there's a deal in the middle, and we are the sentient professionals instructed on that deal. And the short message of everything I'm going to be saying in this module is that we need to be as vigilant as we can be at all times to possible criminality. Trust nothing and nobody seems to be the broad message. The terrorism legislation is still with us. It's been with us even longer than the money laundering regulations. The Terrorism Act creates similar offences, of course, of which we need to be conscious and aware. But I'm also aware that we are, as a profession, designated as low risk from a terrorist point of view. I think the only point I would want to make is that we need still to be aware of it. And of course, if anything crossed our minds as indicating that we were going to become involved in some terrorist activity by the movement of money or whatever it might be, then we need to be alert to that possibility and mention it to our firm's money laundering reporting officer forthwith. Now, there has, of course, recently been the Economic Crime and Corporate Transparency Bill going through Parliament. It has now had the royal assent, so it's now an act, which imports similar approaches to prevent fraud. What to prevent what? Doing anything wrong that might be fraudulent? And there is a lot to think about this. We have to have systems in place, in short, to implement a zero tolerance policy towards fraud as well. But I think, as with the Bribery Act, it's going to take some time for us to see exactly what this is going to mean. So there may be some changes there too, but I wouldn't necessarily lose too much sleep over it at the moment.